Hello people, hope you're well. So as we finally bring our Tom Morello week of fretboard wizardry to a close, we're looking at Bulls on Parade, Rage Against the Machine. Obviously it's an absolute beast of a tune, not terribly difficult. I know I did say I'd probably ratchet these up in terms of difficulty, but we're going to have a look at all of this, solo included and some tones. So let us get right into it. And first off, I must say that the tuning isn't as per the album in this lesson, okay? So if you want to play along with the album, you're going to need to detune your guitar by half a step. So you're going to go into Alice in Chains tuning, right? So everything goes down a fret or half a step. But live, Tom plays this in standard tuning. Don't know what went on there, so just bear that in mind. In terms of signal chain, I've got my wah-wah into my Friedman BEOD. Now, I think his live sound is more like the Odyssey settings, which is... And certainly when I've heard him show some of these riffs, it sounds more like that tone to me. And the wah as well. Sounds more like that to me. But the Friedman... I'm using because I'm sort of coming at it from trying to get the album tone really more than the live one, and you've already got the other tone that I used in those other two videos. So I thought I'd mix it up a little bit and go for the Friedman, as I say in this one, because later on in the tune that riff, that to me doesn't sound like it's on the neck pickup. It sounds like it's on the bridge pickup. So I don't know what went on with the, with the actual recording of it. So if you want to like really nail the album tone, I couldn't really get that in there, with my neck pickup so well. So for me personally, I would easily use my Odyssey sound or my Friedman sound. They're fairly similar. Anyway, enough talking. Let's go for the first riff, shall we? So, just an octave on the F sharp, right? So you're on the 2nd fret on the E string, and you're just playing the 4th fret on the D. And then repeat, right? So I'll play it slowly. Okay, so high, low, high, high, low, high, high, low. Brilliantly percussive. The next riff has a bit of wah. And my wah-wah sounds like this. There's a few settings on this wah actually, so I was a bit spoilt for choice. He just uses a bog standard crybaby, so if you've got that then you're good. And any sort of pedal that does like a Marshally tone, then again you're good, and a neck pickup, right? That is pretty much all you need to get close to his tone. For the next riff, you've just got to basically get that wah pedal going, right? So it's and a little bit on that riff actually. So the wah is going wah wah waka wah wah waka wah, like an auto wah almost, right? All I'm doing here is playing the 2nd and the 4th fret, and I'm deliberately using my little pinky because A, I do that naturally, but B, it means you can bring your other fingers in to mute the strings, right? Alright, so all those are just a load of whackers. Okay, so you play 2, and then whacker whacker. All right, and then another 2, and then a whacker whacker whacker. Load of whackers. So that together. So what I'm doing there is I'm obviously pressing down for the first 2 for the power chords, and then I'm lifting my little finger off the strings and just muting. So none of the strings are ringing out, right? But for those whackers, I'm only really aiming for the top 3 strings, or the lowest 3 strings to get there. Like that. And that's it. That is that riff. The next one is still with the wah on, but it's cocked, so you probably want it at about, from toe position, pull it back slightly, so you get this. You want a bit of bite, right? That's, I've gone too far back there, right? Into the next riff. Right, so that riff, let me play it without the wah, it's just and then repeat around. So very slowly. Straightforward stuff, but it's a wicked little riff. So it's open E to 2nd fret. It's the open A. Then you do this little run. 2-0 on the A, 0-2 on the E. And then 2-0, 0-1. Alright, so that again. So the next riff goes, I think it goes to the bridge pickup there. Tonally it sounds like it does to me. So let's do that, and then I'll show you it on the neck pickup and you can make the call, right? So it goes like this. Alright, that's the riff. Now let me play that on the neck pickup for you, just so you can hear the difference. Sounds way punchier, and I think that's probably how he does it live. So anyway, I do hear a difference on the album there, but for sake of ease, I would just stick to the neck pickup for that bit. So let's run through that little riff, shall we? And I'll stay on my neck pickup. This is probably the trickiest bit of the tune, I would say, because there's some muting, string muting going on here, right? You've got to mute the A string throughout whilst you're playing the F sharp, 2nd fret on an E string, but also the D string. That doesn't ring out either, really. If you hit it, it's not going to be the end of the world, right? But try not to if you can. So for the most part, it's octaves. Right, with the with you taking your first finger off to get that. But with that in, right? So it's that's the kind of melodic part of that riff, right? So let's start off with that slowly. And again, slowly. And those little whacks in between are super important, right? They should come fairly naturally, but if they don't, then, you know, check through the tab, right? So there's one there. I think this is why I think this is the trickiest riff in here, because you're having to selectively mute certain strings and make others ring out whilst you're doing this, and try and remember that it's the riff isn't exactly the same either over the two bars, right? So it's not super tricky, but it might catch you out. So try and just listen out for the whacks, right, as I play. And hopefully that makes some sort of sense to you. Now there's just one other bit before we get into the solo shenanigans, and it's a reprise of this. And it's played up here on the 7th fret, so you go into the B basically. So it's a B power chord, a B5 chord. And that is it. It's exactly the same as what we played down there, just up on the 7th fret. Then we're into the solo, and I'm going to swap guitars for that, so check it out. Nice. And it has become my LP style guitar. People do ask, you know, why did you get rid of the, you know, the Gibson on the headstock and stuff? It's because it's not a Gibson, it's an Edwards. But I bought it at an auction. It used to belong to AC/DC's guitar tech, no less, and he put a Gibson decal over the top, right? And then he covered it over again in, you know, with whatever that is. Now I'm showing you the solo on this guitar because I don't have a guitar with a dedicated kill switch on it, but you can replicate it, right, by using the toggle switch and turning the neck pickup volume to 0. Okay, now with the volume of this pickup off, if I leave it in middle position, makes no noise, right? But if I play, if I toggle it onto the bridge pickup, the treble setting, we can mimic that thing that Tom Morello does, right, with his proper kill switch that he has, right? Now there's a couple of other things you've got to do. I'm putting on my Archer pedal as well, right? So I'm putting on a bit of a boost. If you've got like a, you know, a booster pedal, something like that, it's going to give it a bit more oomph, a bit more saturation. It's also going to give you a little bit more sustain too. And I'm putting the wah on. Now I don't think he rocks back and forth on the wah, right? I'm just turning the wah on, so it's basically a bit noisier. And then all you're going to do is do some whilst you're also toggling that, right? So and he tends to go from the bridge down, right? Something like that, right? So that is So you're just going to mimic the rhythm that he gets in that solo. So that's the first bit of the solo. Right, while you do. And then it's just variations on the theme, right? So just, you know. Tom does it all up here, right? You don't have to. I mean, you could play it down here. You know, stuff like that, right? I mean, I am no expert in that, as you can tell, but it's a little bit of fun. I thought I would put it in there as well. Anyway, that is it. That is the end of Tom Morello Week. Thank you so much indeed for watching and all your continued support. It means a lot, really does. And on to next week. Who knows what that will bring? Anyway, cheers. See you soon. Bye-bye.